Hello and welcome to Cinema Reel-Ness, Sidescape's movie theme show. My name is Maddie, and each week on Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube, a friend will discuss a random movie topic with me. I'm joined this week by my guest, Jake Burke.
Hi, Maddie.
Hi, Jake. And the topic this week is our top 5 favorite Oscar-winning songs.
But not in any order.
Not in any order.
Thank God, because I did not order mine. I also just wrote down 5 about 2 minutes ago.
I was about to say, it's like, I ordered mine.
So I'm really prepared. Oh, I can order them. I'll mentally order them.
Okay.
All right. Let's see how I do on this one.
Sounds good.
But before we even start there, Maddie, I want to bring up the atrocities that the Academy Award has screwed out one of the greatest movie songs ever written. They fucked it. All right. Excuse my language. This is not a family-friendly show. It is a blasphemy that Power of Love by Huey Lewis in the News did not win the Academy Award.
What did it lose to?
I don't even know. It's just like Shakespearean Love. I will never listen to that song. I will never see that movie. Okay. Just like Annie Hall. They can die. Okay. The biggest problem is about 4 weeks ago when the Oscars had their little movie montage of all the songs that like meant something to movies. That song was in there. Not only that, so was the "And I Will Always Love You" song by Whitney Houston, and that didn't even get nominated.
It's bullshit.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I had to take my platform and I had to stand on it.
Oh, to that point, I guess. Well, it's hard because "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" won, but I personally think "Circle of Life" should have won over that song.
Yeah.
I think so.
Was Circle of Life nominated?
Yes.
Okay.
It was. And that's why I think it should have. I feel like "Circle of Life" is like, it's hard because both those songs are really iconic and everyone knows those songs. But how many times do you see people going like, nah, nah, like everyone knows that. And it's like one of the best intros to a movie of all time. And it's because of the song.
I would agree. I think Can You Feel the Love Tonight? There you go. I think it's a better song, though. I think it's better, like, composed, and the lyrics are very beautiful and, like, kind of haunting. But I think the movie moment. So I guess that's a big discussion of what the Oscars judge it on. Is it the song or the movie moment?
See, I think that's the difference. Because to me, it should be based off of the movie, because it's a movie show, award show. So shouldn't the song reflect the movie versus more of like, it's a great song?
I don't know. That's why Suicide Squad won Best Hair and Makeup. Because it wasn't reflecting the movie, just the makeup.
Well, it did have really good makeup.
It did. But that movie's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Right, but the makeup's good.
I know. So, there you go. Maybe that answers the question how they vote.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah. All right. I want to hear it first, Maddie. I want you to tell me what it is. What's your number 5? Or do you have any honorable mentions?
I do. I think it's a song that I don't personally like, but I think it's like kind of the same category of Circle of Life. Is "My Heart Will Go On." Everyone knows that song. Everyone loves to like fake belt that song, right? It's like, I don't personally really like that song, but I also like making fun of it all the time. It's great.
That was also one of my honorable mentions.
Really?
Was "My Heart Will Go On" from Titanic.
There you go.
I think it's one of the most iconic movie songs ever written.
Oh, it's 100% is, yeah.
And of course it's insanely famous because it's Celine Dion just slaying it.
She does, yeah.
And then for what Titanic is, I think it has to be in there in your top whatevers. Yes.
No, it definitely is it is really good, but it's just like, it's not something I'm going to go back and listen to on my own.
No, and I think that's the weird thing with movie music is I think some of the best movie songs are not songs that I would like put on my playlist and listen to a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like my top 5, I've got a lot of songs that like I'm not listening to constantly.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's just my opinion on it.
Well, it's actually, mine's a mixture of like kind of both. Like a lot of these songs are songs that I personally really like and like sometimes will listen to like outside, but I also think they really service the plot really well.
Yeah.
That's like, I guess like the kind of criteria that I went off of.
Yes. I see what you're saying. Okay. That's kind of where I'm at. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Number 5.
My honorable mention.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
And it's not on my top 5, but it's like, it is the closest number 6 It's like when you're playing darts and you hit the little line next to where you want to go into the other side of the thing. I don't know darts that well, but I do know that scenario of when I've played
Yeah.
darts. Is Skyfall by Adele
Yeah, that's another
from
really good one.
Skyfall. I'm a big fan of James Bond on paper. I don't know if I love the movies as much as I think I love the movies.
Yeah.
But I love the moment of when the song comes out and it's like this song's awesome, and then how like they incorporate the intro. And Skyfall is one I think the most overrated James Bond movie. But that song is a banger.
That song is incredible. You gotta stop singing banger.
That song is just a
Stop.
certified banger. It's great. And Adele was such a moment, like when that happened, when that song came out, and you're like, damn, that's a song. Yeah. So all right, that was my honorable mention.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You go first. Number 5.
Me to start at number 5?
Yes.
My number 5 is Take My Breath Away by Berlin from Top Gun. I love Top Gun. It's filmed in San Diego, California. Great time. But that song, I think, is a great song in general. It's not just a movie song. Take My Breath Away. It's very memorable. But I think for also what it means in that movie and the love story that is in that movie, I think Take My Breath Away is a very great song that identifies what Top Gun is, because Top Gun's not about the flying. It's just like a Fast and Furious isn't about the driving. It's about the family. It's about the relationship that Tom Cruise grows with. I forget the actress's name, and I probably should have remembered that.
Yeah, you probably should.
I don't know. Do you know the actress in Top Gun?
No, but I haven't seen the movie, so.
Don't throw bricks in glass houses, Maddie.
I haven't seen the movie.
But I think that song is in my top 5, and that's kind of the little reason why.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is A Whole New World from Aladdin.
Oh.
I think it does a really good job of, well, one, it's like right in the middle. It's like, how is she gonna like trust Aladdin again, right? Like, and like it services the plot of like, and like kind of connects them like more together. And it's just a fun song. It's cute, and I love the original recording of it in the animated movie.
Yes.
I think it's really cool. And I used to, as a kid, watch like the behind the scenes, and I remember watching that one a lot because it was like the 2 Broadway performers, and I remember the one like really thing I really liked. She said, she's like, they told me that when I do the one note, I have to pretend like I'm falling. So she's in the booth going like this and like kind of falling. And I just remember
that's funny.
Liking that a lot.
No, that's a great song. Yeah, especially from how that's portrayed in the movie and like what it means to those 2 characters is very great. But I also think it's one of those iconic Disney songs that like everybody knows, and everybody knows like the beginning of "I Can Show You the World," and into this sweet moment. And they did it actually very well in the crappy movie that we watched, the remake. But of the "Do You Trust Me" moment, like before, and like it's her like finally like trusting someone else is really really special, and it's a great flick and a great song.
Yes.
Yeah. Not the best song in the movie, but it's a great song.
No, not the best song in the movie.
But the best song in the movie wasn't nominated, and that's a shame, because how great would it have been to watch Robin Williams perform that on stage? Y'all screwed up, Oscars.
Yes.
All right. My number 5 song. I'm doing this off the cuff. All right.
Number 5?
Number 5. I'm thinking.
Number 4.
Shit, you're right. Sorry. I don't have any numbers on them. So, okay. I've already done one. Number 4. Number 4 is going to be. Yeah, why not? Number 4 is going to be Let It Go from Frozen.
Wow. I'm surprised.
So the reason I have Let It Go up here, I think Let It Go gets a lot of shit.
It's a great song. Yeah.
It is a great song. It is. I think I texted you like 3 days ago, and I was like, I just want you to know that every few weeks I wake up and I go, God, Let It Go is a great song. Like, that's a thought that comes into my head, and it gets torn apart because
it was so overplayed.
It was so overplayed. Every radio station played Let It Go. Every remix was there. That's a great song, and it was a moment. It was a movement. And it was like, in my opinion, it was one of the only times like a Disney song like that exploded like A Whole New World or like another song that's on my list. But I think, a little teaser for all you folks out there, but I think Let It Go was such a moment. And then also like, I think the message that song has, not just with Elsa and her powers, but with sexuality and who a person is, I think is very powerful. And when you look at it in that regard,
oh yeah, 100%.
Very special. I think Let It Go is a great song, and I think it's a shame that now people have a different lens on it.
I remember hearing that song in the movie and like really connecting to it actually. Like I really thought like that is like growing up in more of like a conservative household,
Yeah.
and then like going off to college and like kind of finding like more of who I was, and like I don't know, I just like really related to it. And I think like also I related to Elsa as a character overall as being like kind of like the protective older sister.
Hmm.
Because like that's how I always feel like I've been growing up too. So I know it's a great movie. I know people give it a lot of shit, but it is a good
They give it a
movie.
lot of shit because everybody liked it. It's like The
Yeah.
Force Awakens. We've all turned on it. Okay, this isn't a Star Wars podcast, but I have to mention
I
Star Wars.
am wearing a
It's
Jedi
show.
shirt.
See, we all really know the best song ever from a movie is the Imperial March from Empire Strikes Back. Okay, it just didn't get nominated. Blasphemy.
Oh my god. Wouldn't that be score?
No, scores the whole thing together.
I
I
know,
think
but
I think a
that's
song has to have lyrics, but that's
yes,
bullcrap.
exactly. So that would be categorized as a score.
If Randy Newman could get nominated for that Fork song in Toy Story 4, Imperial March should get
That was
nominated for
so
this.
bad. Oh my
One of the
god.
worst songs I've ever heard.
It
All right.
was so bad.
What's your
All
number?
right. My number 4 is The Weary Kind from Crazy Heart.
Wow, this is unexpected.
I know. A lot of people don't remember that song.
This is Jeff Bridges singing, right?
This one is actually in the movie he sings it, but the one that was nominated was the writer of the song. It plays like at the after credit scene, basically.
Okay.
But he does sing it in the movie, and I just think it's really beautiful. It's very simplistic. It's just a guitar, and like more like comes in strongly towards the end. But I think it's just a very honest interpretation. Like it's like this guy's been through a lot of shit, done a lot of things, but he's still strong, even though he's not had to go through the ringer a couple of times, and then very much relates to Jeff Bridges' character in the movie. So I think it's really good.
I've never seen Crazy Heart.
I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I really loved the song.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Kind of off
Okay.
the beaten cuff there.
No, that was. I did not expect Crazy Heart. I even rolled past it on like while looking at the list, and I was like, Crazy Heart. All right, number 3. Like I said, we're going off the cuff. We're going off the cuff. We're going with City of Stars from La La Land.
I knew La La Land was going to make it in here.
La La Land's one of my favorite movies of all time. Not in the top 5, but it's one of those movies where I think it's the most you and I have ever disagreed on a movie.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Where I think you can appreciate that you find it okay. It's an okay movie to you.
No,
But,
it's a good movie.
yeah.
I just don't. Yeah.
That's
another discussion.
I fell in love with La La Land, and I think, like you talked about 2 songs ago, that it's, or not a few songs ago, but how it plays in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about Circle of Life. I think City of Stars, I think it's a very beautifully written song about these 2 people in love in LA and kind of like the world around them. But I think that's how it is in the movie and the constant use of it, like coming back, and Ryan Gosling writing it the whole kind of time that they're working, like through their relationship, and then kind of they play it and then everything goes to shit afterwards. It's a very beautiful song. It's got a really interesting, and it's very simplistic, which I really like. Like it is a very short song. It's not complex. It is a simplistic, like musical creation. But I think it has a really good meaning, and it's just a very beautiful song. And I also love the fact, just through all of La La Land, that it's not these 2 great singers singing this song. It is like real people singing. That's the whole point of La La Land. Like it's not it's a musical with real people.
Right.
And I think that that's kind of what City of Stars amplifies. Like there's a part where Emma Stone like breaks and laughs like during the song because it's like a live recording of it, and like I love that like moment of like it's like not perfect, and just like their relationship's not perfect.
Exactly.
Neither is the song. So
That's cool.
that's him.
Very well said.
Thank you. Your number, Trace.
My number trace is Falling Slowly from Once. Yep, that's another one no one knows.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what Once is.
It's an Irish film.
Oh, is that where they like meet once a year?
No, you're thinking of One Day.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Doing well on this one.
Falling Slowly. So Once it's an Irish movie. Basically, it's really super indie movie. I think it's only nominated for this at the Oscars. But basically, it's a street performer, and he's like there playing his music, and he plays all the popular stuff during the day, but he plays his personal written songs at night. And this one person has been passing by all day, and she called them out, and she's like, "Why don't you play your music during the day? It's better." And then they kind of start like building this relationship, and they start falling for each other. Falling slowly is like the pinnacle of that moment. But they can't be together. And it's like kind of like this sad romance she's in a she's married, she has a husband, and her husband, it's not that her husband's bad, they're just not meant for each other, you know? Like it's clear that she works better with this guy, but she has a kid and she wants to stay with the husband for the kid. And so the song kind of like solidifies that they're actually like falling for each other, but they can't really be together.
Yeah.
And it's really sad and it's beautiful and it's eerie. And the way they do it, I believe it's just a guitar and a piano and it's very simple. But I remember like watching that Oscars and like being kind of stuck. I was like, this is a beautiful song. Like, where has this been? And
oh, interesting.
It's
so you hadn't seen the movie before you heard the song?
No, I heard the song first and I was like, this is an amazing song. And then I watched the movie and I was like, well, it fits perfectly. I understand why it won.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to have to make you a playlist or just send you these 2 songs, I guess.
I know. I just never heard of them.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 2.
Are you ready for my number 2?
Number 2.
It's a toss-up. I'm going to be honest. 1 and 2 are like, they're just a toss-up. It's like when you're playing darts. No, I'm just kidding.
Going for that one again.
Going for that one again. I'm going to say it's Lose Yourself from 8 Mile.
Can
by
I say something?
Yeah.
That was also my number 2.
Hey, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it now.
Yeah.
So I think Lose Yourself, not only is it a great song, it still blows my mind to this day that it won an Oscar.
I know.
Like it's one of those, like you tell somebody about it, you're like, no way. Eminem hasn't won an Oscar. No, he has. Yeah. But the song itself, when you watch 8 Mile, and that song's actually like not even in the movie of 8 Mile.
It's at the end, right?
The credit song, yeah. It maybe like starts and then it goes in the credits, but
yeah, it starts with him walking away because he's going back to work, and then the beat starts going, and then it goes in the credits.
Yeah, I think it's a very beautiful song about this struggle to perform and to not be good enough to perform, which I think is like kind of an interesting message to a movie. Like, not everybody's got it.
Yeah.
And he does, but but that whole song is what that song is about, right? Like, and how trying to find that balance between performing, and if you lose yourself, you lose your responsibilities,
right?
And that's what that movie's about. But it just, for me, it blows my mind that Eminem won an Oscar for the song, and that the Academy like realized
that it was like that incredible.
Yeah, like they went against the curve and were like, no, this is I think it's very similar to how Parasite won this year. Like it went very against the curve and was like, no, this is legitimately the best thing of the year.
Right.
Like we have to recognize that, or like we lose our validity.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what Lose Yourself is, like a moment of like, they chose the best song of the year, and it was very different than anything.
Right.
Like, imagine like they played him at the Oscars today, and you saw Martin Scorsese not today, this year. Martin Scorsese was like falling asleep during it because he didn't care, but like all the kids are into it. Like everyone that's like our age that was at the Oscars like is rapping all the words because it's a rap song that most people know the words to that rap song.
Yeah, exactly. Mom spaghetti.
Yeah, he's nervous on the surface. He looks calm and ready to drop bombs, but he keeps on forgetting.
Well, he broke down.
So why is it your number 2, Maddie?
Well, for all of those reasons, and then I also think it is one of the few songs that perfectly encompasses its movie. Like it's literally, if you listen to the lyrics, it's a summary of the movie, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And then like you also learn about like, how that movie is also like a slight autobiography for Eminem, and then just gives like even more weight to the song as well. Like he's writing about his life right now and the struggles he went through. And I like kind of the message is that like you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Like, like this is like, if you want something so bad, you need to go and get it. Like, and sometimes
the opportunity only happens once in a lifetime.
Yes. Once in a lifetime.
Sorry.
I know it's hard. It's really hard because it's like, I just want to sing this song. Let's end it. Let's just play the song. That's what we're going to do.
Look, if you had one shot, geez, maybe it's my number 1. No, I'm just kidding. All right. I think it is one of the like perfect Academy Award winning songs.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Yeah. All right. Number 1.
All right. Drum roll, please. I'm about to blow your mind. Maddie, can you guess it? I've given you a hint. It's a Disney song.
Yes.
What is it?
It's Beauty and the Beast.
It is Beauty and the Beast. Fun fact, Beauty and the Beast was the first ever animated movie to be nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
3 of its songs were nominated for Best Song. And this song, like we just talked about with Eminem, perfectly encapsulates encapsulates a movie. And Beauty and the Beast, I think, is just this beautiful ballad that Angela Lansbury sang in one take.
Which I think, yeah.
Her first try, which just is also just equally as mind-blowing as the song.
Yeah.
But I personally, as a kid, didn't like Beauty and the Beast a lot. And then maybe in high school or afterwards, I watched it again and was like, oh, this isn't just a good Disney movie. This is a really good movie. Like Beauty and the Beast. That's why I really did not like the live action remake that came out, because like it kind of got convoluted in what that movie's about.
Yeah.
And like it made Gaston cool, and like sure, Belle's not the best character. Like there's like some weird like Stockholm syndrome stuff that happens there. But if you're look at it with a child's lens about like she sees the best parts of him, and he he sees the parts that no one else will see of her. Like they only see her beauty, and he starts to realize like she's brilliantly smart. And she starts to realize that he's beautiful on the inside, and it's also about her beauty on the inside.
Right.
And this song about neither of these two characters looking at appearances, and one's not looking at how ugly this person is, and one's not looking at how beautiful this person is. They are just looking at each other, and it's like this perfect like, and of course it's that really famous dancing scene, which is like equally as iconic as
a little girl. I wanted her dress so bad.
Right.
It was just like, I want the dress. I want to dance in the ballroom.
But it's just, I think it's a really beautiful message. And I think like the whole message of Beauty and the Beast is really poetic, and not a lot is, we constantly talk about like loving someone on the inside if they're ugly, but rarely like is it brought up this message of like loving someone on the inside if they're beautiful as well. Like looking past their great appearance to what's underneath.
Right. Yeah.
And so I think that's why it's my number one song. It's beautiful. Sometimes I just put it on, I listen to it, dance around my little living room. No, I haven't done that, but it's great. So Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
All right, Maddie, drum roll. What is your number one?
It is White Christmas.
Hey.
Yeah.
I actually know that song.
Exactly. When we were going through the list, I was genuinely shocked. And then I remembered the whole movie, White Christmas. And I was like, of course. I didn't, it's like one of those songs you hear 50 million times during the Christmas season. And it's kind of funny to think that it actually didn't come out that long ago. And it was from a movie. So I was just really surprised with that. I think it also like really beautifully like encompasses the movie as well. Because like the whole mission of the movie is that like they're trying to like raise money to save all of these people and everything. And then he saves everyone by singing this amazing ballad because he's Bing Crosby and he's got this iconic voice. And it really is like a very like endearing song. Like it just like, it's one of those Christmas songs, like no matter how many times it's played, I listen to it because it just makes me feel happy. And it's like, I think a lot of people can relate to like just wanting a white Christmas, and it's very nice and heartwarming.
Well, and I think with your song, because I saw White Christmas on there, and I don't have any like personal attachment to White Christmas, but all of our songs that we just talked about, none of them have transcended the movie like White Christmas. Like White Christmas is now just a staple Christmas song.
Exactly.
That you forget came from a movie.
Right.
Like it is such a transformative song. It's similar to like, Now I've Had the Time of My Life, but like even that's not there, like
no, that comes from a movie.
Yeah, like White Christmas you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
I don't have much else to say because you kind of said it all, but I think that's...
No, I feel like that's also like what I wanted to say. I just didn't I couldn't think of the words to say it that way because that is like, I mean, it's true. Like that's why I put it as my number one, is because I was surprised, and I guarantee you most people don't know that is from a movie.
Yeah, just transcended it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's amazing.
And my real number one is Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News from Back to the Future.
Doesn't count.
What a perfect song. Everyone in the voting that year should be ashamed of themselves. It's like voting for Shakespearean Love over Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, no, that was ridiculous. That was
Idiots.
Stupid.
Sorry, I lost control.
It's okay.
That was fun.
It's allowed. It's allowed to happen. Music is personal. So are movies. All right. Well, that's the end for us. Tune in next week because we'll be coming to your personal screens on Thursday.
I like the ending. That was nice and sweet. Yeah, short. Yeah.